What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Jordan Davis podcast. I am your host, Jordan Davis, and on today's episode, we're going to be talking about Star Wars. Not just Star Wars, but a little movie called The Last Jedi. Now, before I get into that, I want to thank everyone who are new subscribers and who are new listeners to my podcast and also to my audio podcast version of the Jordan Davis podcast. I'll put the link in the description so you know if you want to just listen to the audio version instead of the video version. So I'll put that in the link below. But I want to thank everyone who subscribed or are new listeners, and for you who are just seeing me for the very first time, I do videos for Marvel, DC, all kinds of movie news and movies, and all kind of blockbusters to talk about. So if you like that, make sure to subscribe, like the video, comment, and hit the notification so you know when my videos are coming out, so you know exactly when to watch them. So, going into The Last Jedi, Star Wars, the reason why I wanted to bring this up in this video today was because there was some news and some comments about particular in the movie about Rey and Kylo Ren's relationship throughout the movie and kind of the arc. And a reason why they came out because Rian Johnson was in an interview, just talking about, the movies and upcoming movies. And the interviewer, she asked about the relationship in The Last Jedi and how he wrote it between them two, because she is a shipper or a big fan of Reylo, and she wanted to ask, what were your thoughts on the whole thing? Did you always intend it to be romantic relationship? And he blatantly said, yes, I think of it as a romantic relationship. And that's how I wrote it. And I was like, yeah, if you watch it, it's pretty much romantic. I always thought that was a romantic relationship because it's Star Wars. In every trilogy there is a romance. There is a romance somewhere in a trilogy. It doesn't matter if it's Anakin and Padme, Han and Leia, and in the sequel trilogy, Kylo Ren / Ben Solo and Rey. And when you really look back on it, to me, I always thought it was romantic. Because now it's not the typical romance that you see like in the original trilogy or the prequel trilogy. That was very, okay, these people are going to be together and there's a reason why they're going to be together. But in the sequel trilogy, Rey and Kylo Ren's kind of romantic relationship arc was very different. Something that we have never seen before, and I think that's why I like it so much from Rian Johnson. He did a romantic relationship that is not common in Star Wars because it's very in your face with the romantic, Han and Leia and Padme and Anakin. This was kind of a slow burn, a kind of different pace of a romantic relationship into these scenes. And really, I think how he used those Force scenes, I call it Force Skype scenes because I haven't heard anyone else say anything different about it. I mean, you can call it dyad scenes, you can call it Force Skype scenes, it doesn't matter. It's your interpretation, whatever it is. But to me, those scenes were very important because it really got them talking. It really, I think really from Rey's point of view, it really, just took like because all she saw was the Kylo Ren monster. The monster of what she saw on Starkiller Base with a mask and hunting people and all that. But it kind of, each scene was kind of like revealing layers like an onion. I know it's a weird way to describe those scenes, but because if you really pay attention to it, he slowly peeled away layers to Kylo Ren and Rey in like the first two acts, because we speed up to the third act, we're back to Force Awakens. The layers are back because that's where they feel most comfortable with. That's how we know them. That's how they know each other. It's like we're just gonna put our mask on, and we're not even gonna worry about that. But going into those Force scenes, the more they talk, the more they realize how much of a connection they have with each other. They both realize just how connected and how much of a dyad they are. Even though we didn't know what it was called until the Rise of Skywalker, that they are a dyad in the Force, that no matter where they are, they will always be connected. And so I think what really stood out to me when I first saw it, in theaters, it was kind of like we have the interrogation scene in the Force Awakens, and in The Last Jedi we have the elevator scene. And if you know that elevator scene, if you watch that, it was like, that has a lot of sexual tension just about to burst. I was like, okay, are they about to kiss? Because they are very close to each other, like uncommonly close, like about the kiss distance. I was like, are we gonna get a kiss here in the elevator? What's going on here? And watching that scene, I was like, oh, they are in love with each other. Even though they are on separate lines, they are trying to get each other to come on their side so they can officially be together. And I just like that, playing back and forth, that, ping pong, table tennis, kind of back and forth. It's like, is she gonna come on his side? Is he gonna come on her side? Because we all know they got feelings for each other. And they both want to be with each other. It's just that line that is separating, even though it's a very thin line, it's separating them. And when I saw that movie, I always said after that movie, it was pretty much, this sequel trilogy is Pride and Prejudice in space. That's what it is. It's Pride and Prejudice in space with lightsabers in galaxies far, far away. Because there was a moment after the throne room scene where that's pretty much one of the best scenes in the movie, in my opinion. The throne room scene where they fight and come together and be the right guards of Snoke. And it was just like they were in perfect balance, like they were one with each other. And the reason why I thought this was reminded me of Pride and Prejudice, it was the proposal scene. It was after all the carnage is done. The proposal scene. And you're asking me, what do you mean proposal scene? I'm talking about when, he offered her his hand. Like, come join with me. Make a new order. No Sith, no Jedi, no First Order, none of that. The Republic, done. Let's just create a new order to rule over the galaxy. And so the reason why I say that's compared to Pride and Prejudice, because if you watch the movie Pride and Prejudice, there is a moment in the movie when Darcy proposes to Elizabeth. And let's just say it doesn't go as well. If you've seen the movie Pride and Prejudice, it doesn't go down like Darcy wanted. It's like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna ask her in marriage and she's gonna say yes. No, she did not say yes. And to be perfectly honest with you, this is the moment when Darcy changes. When Elizabeth kind of declines his offer and runs away, this is the moment when things start to turn around. This is when Darcy starts to change himself because of Elizabeth. And even though the proposal scene in The Last Jedi is like tenths of degrees more, dramatic and epic, with lightsabers on the Force, that was the turning point for him. Even though he was hurt, even though he opened himself, he went back to his, Kylo Ren in the Force Awakens. It was the turning point. It was the turning point of Ben starting the show. And even though, things changed a little bit, it didn't go what I thought it would go in The Rise of Skywalker, but it was, Rey was the reason for his changing, because if you remember in their fight in The Rise of Skywalker, it was, I wanted Ben's hand, not Kylo Ren's hand. She always wanted to take Ben's hand. That's who she fell in love with. Ben, not Kylo Ren. Because I always said how I look at the Suka trilogy, it is a Pride and Prejudice, but it's also in my mind a kind of fairy tale, because considering with Ben and Kylo Ren, he's always been looking for that one person that could understand him. And he was that prince looking for his princess. But when he finally found that princess, there was a dragon guarding that castle, guarding the way to the princess, and that is Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren is the dragon. And until that dragon dies, and you can't kill it with weapons, it's indestructible to physical things, all weapons. What you have to do and how you kill the dragon is to move on, to let the past go. His words were his weapon. His act was his weapon, not anything that he can wield. No lightsaber can defeat this dragon. It was his words, it was his action. It was like, the only way I could get to my princess is if I go and forget everything that has done bad to me, of all the pain. As long as I'm with her, as long as I can forsake my old ways and be Ben Solo again, then the dragon can die. Then I can be with my princess. And looking back on that, that's how I saw it. It was very much a fairy tale. And looking back on it, their arc in The Last Jedi really told a story as well. Because if you really think about it, power is great. It's great to have. But love is everlasting. It doesn't matter where you're searching for. It doesn't matter how you're feeling. Power will never satisfy you. Power, it's not going to make you happy. The only thing that can really make you happy is the one person that you love and to be with that one person. And I think it's showing, yeah, Kylo Ren defeated Snoke. Kylo Ren is better than Darth Vader. He has surpassed him. But what is he left with? He's left with sitting on an empty throne. And the one thing that he truly wanted, the one thing that if he could go back, he would change, is to have the one person that he was connected with, to have the one person that he was in love with. That's Rey. He would sacrifice it all for Rey. So, and if you think about it, in The Rise of Skywalker, he sacrificed his life, his being, for Rey to live. And I don't know about you, but that's romantic to me. And how I saw, starting with, Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. It's romantic to me. And so, yeah, and I completely agree with Rian Johnson. I always thought Reylo was romantic, and I'm glad he came out and really confirmed everything. He made a lot of Reylo fans happy, and I'm one of those Reylo fans that is happy. So yeah. So thank Rian Johnson for doing that and giving me a video to do. And I haven't done a Star Wars video for a while, so I'm glad that I was able to do one today. So this is going to be the end of the podcast. I want to thank you all for watching this video. And again, if you're new to me, if you like this video, if you like more of this content, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell at the bottom so you know when my videos come out. So yeah, until next time, I hope you have a wonderful week. And so yeah, until next time, bye.